the very popular 20RDSE Graywolf back here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan comes in at just high or just shy of 4,100 pounds, so we'll round off the difference and just call her 4,100 on the nose on average. This one right here, what it's going to give you is all the couples camping essentials. You've got a nice walk around, easy access, queen bed, quick in and out bathroom, no carpet, big rear U-dinette with all those big windows of those big rear living trailers and fifth wheels wrapped up in this easy towing little sucker. An often underappreciated facet of a no slide travel trailer is that there's no need for carpet. And it is very easy to keep this thing clean. And you notice they don't use floor ducted heating in the Graywolf. They use cabinet ducted heating. That's one of the differences between a Graywolf and a Cherokee, although there's no Cherokee offset to this. So it makes the floor easy to clean. Now, normally I wouldn't start right here in the bathroom, but with the bathroom being right next to the entry door, it's very travel and destination friendly. Now, we're in a basic level camper, but what's cool about these Graywolves is as we go, you're going to find a lot of features. Typically, like most of the features that I'll talk about in here that I feel are exceptional, they're trailers that you find all over, or they're features you find all over the marketplace in trailers already. Like these bigger Max-Air vent fans, like the better countertops that we'll talk about more when we get to the kitchen. A big skylight, surround paneling, and remember, more of a base level unit. They're still using surround paneling here, and a shower, not a tub. These are things that you find all over the marketplace, but not usually in a base level wood skeleton travel trailer. That's kind of who Cherokee and by extension Graywolf, being part of the Cherokee family, it's who they are, is laminated features in a more affordable trailer. So if you have enough vehicle to tow a trailer like this, and that's kind of the funny thing, a laminated version of this trailer is probably not going to weigh a little bit less, maybe 20, 30 pounds. It's not until the trailers get bigger that an aluminum skeleton trailer starts to weigh less, but it does always cost more. And that's the cool thing, is that these guys give you laminated features at the industry term, the tongue-in-cheek term is stick and tin price point. So, starting back here, I want to point out, again, what's cool about this rear dinette model is you get these huge cross breeze windows in here, and it really lightens and brightens this thing up, along with the new decor that you have available at the time of this filming right here. This is one of the new decors. The new decor, rather. Now, we've got all LED lighting, and what's nice is these are higher intensity lights, and that's something that Cherokee in the last year or two has really stepped up on. They've had LED lights for a couple of years, but they're spending more money on better lights, and that's why I like to power these units up. Now, a lot of brands who build a camper like this, you're going to have non-centralized air conditioning. It'll be the same size, the same power as this, but it won't work nearly as efficiently as the centrally ducted air here in this Cherokee. And point of fact, Cherokee didn't used to use a centralized air in this very floor plan. They have stepped up to that to give you better cooling power and better efficiency, which, they're always on the ball, they're always updating, they're always looking to improve. Now, one of the more popular facets of this floor plan is that giant rear U-dinette. Now, obviously, during the day, it's going to be our primary sort of seating and lounge space. But whether you've got a grandkid or maybe an adult kid or something like that, or maybe you're looking to do some buddy hunting camping and you want two separate beds so you're not bunking up with your best friend, that's kind of where this is neat, because it sort of fits in as a dual-purpose space. Even though it is an open concept floor plan, it kind of gives you two more privatized and well-defined sleeping spaces. Another great factor about this one, and one that people don't get to see very often, is that there is, scientifically speaking, just about a metric crap ton of storage under this U-dinette space. And that's what's kind of cool about it. Now, this is not going to be stuff for everyday use. You're not going to put your everyday, silverware or whatnot down there. But, extra bedding for when you do fold that down into a bed, it's going to serve that purpose very well. Plus, you can see that you've got a full 6.5 foot tall pantry here, right next to the refrigerator, where it's very quick and easy to access in the kitchen. And then on both sides above that dinette, you've got some max space cabinetry areas there with those big overhead doors for easy, quick access. From there, I want to start circling around the entertainment center and kitchen. A lot of campers are going to this style of entertainment center because so few people actively camp with DVDs anymore. It's not to the stage of VHS yet, And I understand that, like, in a bunk model, to try to get the kids settled down at night, you can throw in whatever, you know, animated DVD, and they'll tend to crash halfway through or something. But that's not how a lot of people camp anymore, by comparison to historical numbers. So what you're finding a lot are these Bluetooth stereo Furions with the HDMI and face-mounted USB auxiliary inputs, so that if you want to expand your entertainment resources, you can. Now, right below that, we've got all the TV hookups, and you're not going to find a TV included typically in a Cherokee or Graywolf product in the marketplace, especially here at Haylett RV. We found for the same money, or sometimes less, I can get you a bigger or better TV from the big box store of your choice across the street, and still even install it for you, even at tech labor rates. And, you know, that can be salty pretty quick. Now, you've got this extra little countertop extension here, but I love this nice little open pocket because it gives you a little bit of breathing room around that dinette. You never feel like you're getting boxed in, and it does give you a nice place for a nice, big, healthy size wastebasket. So the countertops, whether it's the bathroom, this table, the kitchen, you've got sealed edge countertops throughout the press membrane style countertops, and that allows you to recess both the stove and with a tempered glass cover to maximize prep space, as well as the sink over here. Now you see we've got a larger farmhouse sink. You're going to find some models in the Cherokees have the one big sink, some have the two basin sink, and that is due to the options that can be present in specific models. Basically, without getting in too much depth, sometimes Cherokee can build a miniature outside kitchen under the kitchen sink, but it requires that you go to a double sink for plumbing reasons. Now, this is a good look at your countertop material right here to understand the thickness and the heavy-duty nature of it, and I love that, again, when that's there, what we're gaining here is maximum possible prep space in a minimal-sized camper, and that's a hard set of features to normally try to combine. You've got the dual big plywood box drawers right here, the full extension drawers, and I like the two big drawers instead of the, you know, like the two small ones, as it were. And overhead, you notice that even though we are more of a price-sensitive travel trailer, they don't sink back the overhead cabinets and steal some storage space from you. And what you're going to find around here is like all hardwood cabinet door frames, you know, a little bit nicer components here. That's what you'll tend to find out of the Cherokee family of trailers. If the relationship I always use is like to compare it to vehicles that more people are familiar with. Your common Forest River trailers, they're like going to be the Chevy level, and there's nothing wrong with that. Very common. You know, very popular. But the Cherokees are going to be more like your GMC level. They're going to be just about a tick up in a lot of little ways. Like we've got storage under the bed. Now this is an SE, which I kind of, you know, it always means like special edition or something, but I call that simple edition in the Graywolves, because you're not going to find a bunch of extra USB plugs. This is just the fax ma'am. That's the edition that we're looking at here. But it takes like 99 cents to get a household to USB plug adapter. Now you've got the dual hanging closets, but they're still including a full overhead cabinet instead of just an overhead shelf. And that giant window right there gives you plenty of light in this thing, and it lets you really see out the door side of your RV, you know, when you're sleeping or if you hear a funny noise. But, of course, just like you saw around that rear dinette, you've got these full privacy shades here whenever you want them. And a lot of people had commented when the Graywolf finally went gray, which is kind of funny to say it out loud. Graywolf has never been gray. But when it did, instead of its brown with red stripe edition, a lot of people said, finally, one of the best trailers on the market is no longer the ugliest. I never thought it looked bad. I thought it looked very down-homey and earth-toned, and that was fine by me. It was camping, man. But this looks good. You know, this, again, it's kind of, I call it a Decepticon. There's a little more than meets the eye here. Because once again, at first glance, you're looking at what appears to be more of an entry-level product, but it is equipped with a lot of things you'd normally find reserved into the laminated trailer segment. So Cherokee they might have been the very first in this class and category to standardize the nicer MORryde step above steps with those adjustable foot pegs down there. And I am such a big fan of these. I actually camp, guys. So what I can tell you is that when you're going in and out of the camper right here, The steps are supporting your weight, so the whole trailer isn't rocking and rolling around. The bigger entry handle, standard on a more entry-level unit, is nice. You've got the anti-slam door here, and I think Cherokee was the first in this class to really make that a big deal. Cherokee was really the first in their class to do a lot of things. A lot of brands in this category, what they're doing out there is very directly related to them chasing Cherokee. But every year, for the past 5 years, Cherokee has grown at least 20%, up to 60+% 1 year in popularity. And yet, their quality and service records have never been better. And what's actually interesting right now, there is a massive labor shortage. We ordered a ton of Cherokee and Graywolf products last year, and a bunch of them have simply never been built due to lack of manpower down in Elkhart County where these things are built. But you know what I love? I love the fact that they are not overproducing trailers. They have said we are not going to sacrifice the quality of our product to churn out higher quantity of our product. And I cannot tell you how unbelievably uncommon that is. And it is one of the things that has given me more and more and more respect for this brand. From where they've come since like 2012, it's unbelievable what they're doing now compared to back then. So the full nose on this is a big, heavy-duty, extra-thick aluminum nose skin. So basically the whole nose is effectively diamond plate, although obviously only part of it looks that way. So it still gives you the looks, the eye appeal, but it's not going to have the potential fade issues that, say, a fiberglass nose could. You might notice power awning, power tongue jack, the easy setup camp features. It sounds crazy, guys, but I also want to point out the fact that we do have 4-corner stabilizer jacks on this. That is an easy fine detail for a customer to assume is standard on every trailer. It's actually not. We like to make sure it's there. You know, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a trailer without stabilizers at Haylett RV. So a black tank flush and a full outside utility shower on a more base-level camper. That's exceptionally uncommon. Little details like this, your little tire pressure indicator caps right here, so that when you are at a travel stop or before you leave or whatever, you can glance at that. If it flips from green to red, you know you need air in the tires. And that's really important, ladies and gentlemen, because low tire pressure is the single #1 cause of tire failure in the entirety of the trailer business. Now, you've got a 200-pound rated cargo travel rack on the back. I was not able to get to this one when it came in. I was actually out of town for a few days doing some, well, seeing the new products by the Jayco factory, actually. But, so normally there'd be a spare tire on there, and it is included with every one of these that we're going to have here at Haylett RV. This is also backup camera ready. So if you're looking for rear view or observation models for in-motion use, you're good. You can walk all over this roof. That's absolutely not an issue. This has got a 3/8 roof deck with 16 on-center roof trusses that are all arched and vaulted to give you about a 2,800-pound roof load. This has actually a class-leading, on average, 12-inch on-center wall stud in a class that normally has 16-inch on-center studs, yet the weight's reasonable, you know? They don't go overboard, but again, I'm not seeing structure, I'm not seeing falling apart problems with our Cherokee family products, and maybe it's because they just got a little more meat on the bones. There's a little less flex and wiggle and jiggle going on. The floor is a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood on top of 2x3 studs that run longitudinally every 12 inches on center. So a really heavy duty structure on a base level camper. And that's what I like about these guys. It's not that they've cut corners to cut cost, to reduce weight. This is the exact same build and structure as their very largest travel trailer with triple slides and weighs nearly 9,000 pounds. It's just smaller with a simplified set of appointments. But all of the basics, everything you need, all thriller, no filler, it's all here. But still, some nice thriller features and too, like the nicer steps, the bigger handles. You've still got outside TV hookups. You've got LED lighting under the awning, which is funny because for years it's been this really cool blue LED light strip under the awning and matching blue lights behind the speakers. But when the skin was brown and then a different shade of brown with a red stripe on it, the blue always seemed wrong to me, and I was like, why aren't these lights green? Well, they went to the Silver Bullet Edition, or whatever you want to call it here, and suddenly everything works. It's like this thing, everything fell into place, even the color pattern of the Moride steps. Everything on this works together. It's seamless, it's cohesive, it's beautiful. I couldn't be much happier with it, obviously. You also do have a gas grill quick connect up front, and for those little portable solar panels so you can park this little camper in the shade and chase the sun, you've got a simple side mount solar prep right there. This thing rocks. It is 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. And the good news is you can take it home with no dealer fees from Haylett RV, because we don't engage in that practice, but we do everything else, such as hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.